So I just got back from a little bit of a run and I really wanted to practice some yoga today, but I'm really digging the need and the feel for a little bit of yin. So this might be a 20-25 minute practice. I'm really going to get deep into my hamstrings, glutes and hips today. It's where I really feel I need it. So I thought I'd take a video, and whenever you have the time, you're more than welcome to follow along. You might want to grab one of these guys as well. She looks really big from that side. Yeah, maybe she needs to go for a few more runs. Anyway, we're going to start with some breath. So I just invite you to take a seat. Just place your hands just on your knees. Close down your eyes. Take a really deep breath in. And a long, steady exhale out. Again, breathing in. And breathing out. And just letting go of anything that has happened before you've made it to your mat. So letting go of your day. Letting go of what it took for you to turn on the video and to get here. And just come into this moment, just an opportunity to be really present. An opportunity to switch off for the next 20, 30 minutes and do something for yourself. So notice any sounds that you can hear around you. Notice the temperature of the air on your skin. And notice how your body feels in the places that it connects with the earth. And just for the next minute, just finding some silence as you just concentrate on your breath. When you breathe in, allow your belly to completely expand in and up and feel the breath move right through the rib cage and the lungs. And as you exhale, allow yourself to completely melt down, but keep the spine long. About 5 to 6 breaths in your own time. Taking one more beautiful deep breath in. A long steady exhale out. Maybe just blinking open your eyes, and even through your yin practice, I invite you to just observe if you notice there's any distractions or sounds or noises that obviously come up when you're practicing. Just try not to connect to them. It's this practice of pratyahara. So withdrawal from the senses, our ability to just disconnect from whatever is going on around us and just simply be here. So our first shape is going to be supported, we'll go supported Baddha Konasana, so supported butterfly pose. I'm going to use a block. You can use a cushion or a bolster or anything that you like. You can get these from Kmart for like about, I think, $6 or $7. And the block's going to go right across the back where my bra strap would be. So I like to have the block on this height. You can have it down here. And as we set this up, we're propping the block up so it's resting right across here. It's going to prop the heart space up. So I invite you to find that space that works for you and invite your soles of the feet to go together. The knees will fall apart. The knees will fall apart. Where's the ball? Oh. And when you arrive in this position, just allow yourself to surrender down. Your hands can be by your side or they can fall above your head. And just close down your eyes. It might feel nice for some of you, if that feels okay, on your spine and your neck, to allow the arms to flop up open overhead, and then just breathe. If at any time this height doesn't feel right for you, just lower the height or come down to the floor. In the world we're in today, it's not a shape we're in very often to open our hearts, let our shoulders go back. There's so much technology these days, and driving and walking and moving and phones and tablets and everything. We're allowing our bodies to constantly be in this forward shaping position with our shoulders rolling forward. So the moment we come back here, it can feel quite awkward and it might not feel very natural, but it's a really great way to start to open our heart space, our shoulders, our chest. And again, just be gentle as you move into these shapes. And then allow yourself just to surrender. Just 5 more breaths here. Take one more inhale. Exhale. Your hands will overhead, slowly bring them back. And use your elbows to press down into the earth and so slowly and mindfully start to curl your chin into your chest. And just eventually make your way off, remove the block and just lie down. Coming for a moment into a rebound shape, just to let that feeling and sensation, your spine and your shoulder blades should feel really flat on the earth. It takes out that rounding of the upper spine and the shoulders forward. Notice how even it feels. Just when you feel ready. Again, if you need more rest, take it. I'm going to try and keep this not too long, this practice today. Essentially make your way up to seated. And we're actually going to come into our half shoelace, so getting into our hamstrings. So extending the left leg long and placing the right leg over the top. And what we want to, let's go here. What we want to make sure of here is that the spine stays really nice and long. If this doesn't feel right for you, you can bring that heel on the inside of that left leg and fold forward from here. But I'll leave that option, of course, up to you. So we're being mindful of what your body is needing. So taking a big breath in. And as we exhale, we're just looking to fold forward. And again, it might feel quite tight. You can always sit on a block and that will give you more height. If you find that you're sitting here and that's really tight through the hammy. And you can also slide both hands underneath that knee joint if you feel that that is super tight today into the hamstring. And then just slowly and softly and mindfully let yourself fold. I love to start with a block under my head. That you will find that will weight down the knee a little bit. The block can go on any height, so start wherever you feel comfortable and then just breathe. Release the need to try to pull yourself forward and just let gravity take over instead. visualize this softening that's happening in the shoulder blades, sort of melting like iced water. But try not to let yourself lose your edge. We want to feel uncomfortable in the hamstring, but definitely not any pain. If you find that you get to a position and it gets super comfortable, then I invite you to just challenge and find your new edge. You shouldn't come into a pose and feel like you could fall asleep. And just come back to your breath. Just 5 more breaths here in half shoelace. Slowly letting out your last breath, and on your next inhale, engage your core and slowly just wind yourself up. And from our half shoelace, we're just going to scoot that right leg under, and we come to our full shoelace position. Now, if this position doesn't work for you, just simply cross your legs with the right leg in front. So coming into a regular cross-legged position. And from here we find our full shoelace. So working now into the hips and into the glutes. So again, take a really deep breath in. As you exhale, we just gently tip forward. And try to release this. So if you notice that you're like really trying to grip on, try to relax down into the shoulders, relax the hands, and let yourself just fold forward. Again, this can be a really intense shape, so when you find the intensity kicks in and you want to look around or find things to distract you, I invite you to just close down your eyes and just simply breathe. And you connect with your breath and the inhales and the exhales. You start to take yourself out of what's going on. Again, we're not here for overly too long, so just find somewhere where you're comfortable and then just let go. So 5 more breaths here. Take 1 more breath in and an exhale. Slowly, mindfully, or make your way up. Take your time and come out. Just unravel the legs, and we're going to just come into a little bit of a hammock shape here, and just let the knees just sort of knock side to side, just allowing ourselves to take our rebound here. It's really slow left to right. The head might even chase the other shoulder. And just in between those two sides, just to even it out a little bit, we're going to slide down to the mat. Bend the knees and slide the block underneath the sacral area. We're coming to find supported bridge. So it should feel really comfortable. So if it's on your lower back, you're going to, eventually it's going to cause a fair bit of pain into the lower back. So we want it just to the top of the sacrum, and sitting down, it should feel ridiculously comfortable. I love to bring my hands overhead, and some of you might like to lengthen your legs. If that pulls your spine, then please come back to placing your heels down on the ground. I know for me especially, lengthening my legs is only something that I've recently started to do. I used to have a lot of lower back pain, and since I've been doing a lot more movement, and also a lot more release through my emotional chakra, which is our sacral chakra, I've noticed that my back pain is really no more, and I can be aware of when my back is starting to tell me, and it's generally when my emotions are high or my finances are pushing my buttons, that I start to feel my back give me warning signs, and I start to listen. So our back pain or anything around that region, our hips and sacral area, lower digestion, and small and large intestines, is all linked into that sacral chakra area, linked in with our emotions, our self-esteem, our self-worth. So if we are suffering any pain in that area, or can't go to the bathroom properly, suffering bloating, things like that as well, check in with our emotional center, like how you're feeling about yourself. Finances, you worrying about finances or money coming in or going out, and generally just our self-love. You know, the way we think about ourselves is so important, and that is completely linked into our lower back and all those regions. So as you're here, if your legs are straight, what's happening is we're getting this delicious stretch down the hip flexor and into the psoas muscle as well. So I invite you to really enjoy this shape for another 5 or so breaths. Take one more deep breath in, and then exhale. Slowly bend one knee. I could have stayed there all day. And then the other. Push into the heels, slowly remove the block. And let's just place the hips back down. And I'm going to invite a happy baby here, just because that feels nice. If there is any other shape that resonates with you, I invite you to take that. Gently bring your knees into your chest and give them a really little squeeze and a hug. We're going to rock and roll up, or you can roll to your side, whatever works. And we now extend the right leg long, and we cross the left leg over, coming into our shoelace, our half shoelace on the other side. So again, that option is to bring the sole of the foot on the inside of the inner thigh, and take a really deep breath in. Using your exhale, just start to forward fold. Allow the, notice what's going on with the hamstring on the right side. So the insertion point on the knee, insertion point onto the glute. And if you need to support the underside of your knee, the hamstrings can feel very different side to side. It's very unlikely that our bodies are balanced and completely even. So just check in how it feels. And then when you feel you're in a position that works for you, either using your block or simply let your head hang. Allowing the sensation of the shoulders to melt apart. You'll notice, especially in this shape, as you breathe in, your whole body lifts, you create space. As you exhale, you breathe out and you surrender. Five more breaths. Slowly making your way out of your half shoelace and sweeping the right leg under this time. The left leg will land on top and we're finding our full shoelace shape. Again, if this doesn't work for you on this side, just simply cross your legs with the left leg in front, taking a really deep inhalation, fill up, and as you exhale, allow yourself to fall forward. Definitely noticing this in my hip today. Soften down the shoulders, let them melt. Even a little shimmy, shake of the shoulders can feel really nice. Shake of the neck and just let it go. Remember? Five more breaths here. Slowly make your way out. Take your time. So invite yourself to slowly unravel here, and we're going to lie down and find our bellies. Breathe out, so just allowing yourself to go long and close down your eyes. We're going to do two more shapes. I know this is going to go over what I said, but that's okay, because I can change that on the video. We're coming into melting heart. I really feel like this today. So keeping the hips stacked, I'm going to offer melting heart or child's pose. So if melting heart is too much for your back or your shoulders, come into a child's. But if not, melting heart, stacking the hips above the knees and melting your heart space down to the ground. You can rest your head onto a block if you need. If not, allow yourself to melt down and just find the floor. You can rest the crown of your head, the side of your head, or for those who are super flexy, you then can lift the chin and rest on the chin and just shut down your eyes. There shouldn't be any effort into the arms here. It shouldn't be any pain into the elbows. So if there is pain into the elbows, soften your arms. Just allow yourself to surrender. Essentially letting yourself just melt deeper and deeper into the ground. Just 5 more breaths. One more breath in. Breath out. Your melting heart. Child's pose. Slowly coming up. I'm going to recommend moving to a wall. I'm really hanging for this shape. So this is dragonfly on the wall, getting into our adductors and our hips. I love this shape. So when we have the wall behind us, it supports our spine and we're able to find this supine position. We're trying not to force the legs out to the side, but we want to feel the, oh goodness, that's tight. We want to feel the weight of the femur bones and the ankles, the calves and knees just become heavy as you just surrender down into your dragonfly on the wall. Again, the hands can come above if you like, if that feels nice, or they can simply be out to the side. This doesn't feel right for you, you can bend the knees and place the soles of the feet on the wall, come into supine frog. And then just let gravity do the work. Really? 5 more breaths. Taking a breath in, breath out. Gather your legs with your hands and slowly bring them back in. Now I'm going to spend my Shavasana with legs up the wall. You are more than welcome to come into a regular Shavasana. If you come into legs up the wall, maybe one hand on belly, one hand on heart, and just shut down your eyes. Goodness, I nearly fell asleep there, wherever you are. Start to breathe a little deeper. Use your exhale to simply let go. Breathing in an energy that you'd like to cultivate, an energy that you would like to feel the moment you walk away from this practice. What is a feeling that you can start to cultivate, and people see it the moment that you walk into a room? And how can you share this light onto others so that they can then also share this light onto others also? Move your fingers, your toes, bend your knees if you're on the wall, and eventually just slide onto your favorite side, curl into a little ball. Just pause here for a moment. Always taking a moment to have gratitude for the small things, 2 feet and a heartbeat, for taking another breath. The simple things in life we forget, and we just go about our day by day, and we end up rushing and filling our cups with so many things that we forget to be present. So just take a moment just to be here, to notice how it feels. In your own time, when you feel ready, slowly, just making your way up to seated, and take a moment to just sit nice and tall. Take a few deep breaths again, reset, and think of again how you'd like to feel. We've just been able to shift ourselves into our parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest, and we have a choice when we walk away from this practice. Do we go back to being on our phones and going back to being stressed and busy and not connecting to this very moment? Or can we try to carry this forward, and by doing that, we then share that onto others, and collectively we create a movement. So placing the hands just into the center of the heart space and understanding and acknowledging this place inside of you and this place inside of me, where we are all equal, we are all one. We all share this same unconditional love. Gets covered sometimes by labels and limitations and expectations. And we forget that it is all coming from here. And it's the Dalai Lama that tells us we will never ever be happy if we place our happiness on things around us, the material items and the labels. It has to come from our heart space first. So with love and light, thank you for your practice, taking time out for you. Please subscribe if you enjoyed the practice. Namaste. Thanks everyone. I'd love to know how you found that. It did go a lot longer than I thought it usually does when I do yin. I love teaching yin. It's a beautiful practice. If there is anything that you'd like me to do, as I said, I'm trying to upload a few more videos here and now, whenever I can, mixed in with some movement-based videos and some rings work as well, because it's all relevant. We need to move in so many different ways. We go too far doing things that are too fast, we break, and if we go too far not doing anything at all, we get stuck and stagnant, depressed. So it's so important to find this balance, this equilibrium. So thank you. I hope you all have an amazing day, and look out for my coaching coming next year at Redhead Wellness Century, but also online. That will be starting from February 2020, and also a friend of mine, Cherry Binstead, she has already written 2 books. We have written 2 children's books together already. They will be released hopefully by the end of the year or next year. And I'm in the middle of writing my own book, Watch Your Language. So for all updates on all of that, go to watchyalanguage.com and you can find everything there. Again, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll look forward to hearing how you went. Namaste.